I love the fact that they had to change the look of the Annabelle doll in these movies, because the real Annabelle is about as scary as Teletubbies. I'm going to go in there and take her out of the cabinet and see what happens and fucking rip her apart and just laugh in her face. Welcome to the review. Hello everyone, my name's Jim and welcome back to My Movie Obsession, a place for film obsessives and geeky movie fans, and it's time to talk about Annabelle Comes Home, directed by Gary Dauberman and starring Mckenna Grace, Madison Iseman and Katie Sarife. Now, I wasn't a big fan, as a lot of people aren't, with the first few Annabelle movies. I just think they're just a little bit lame, but this one, I think they actually got it right. This is a fun haunted house teen horror movie and I quite enjoyed it. I'm a fan of haunted house movies, I'm a sucker for them, and I'm a sucker for young adults left alone with no adults to help. You know, this one doesn't involve the Ed and Lorraine Warren characters from The Conjuring. They're only in it for a few scenes. And I kind of was sick of seeing them fight and exercise. You know, it's good to see these vulnerable teenagers, and obviously Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter in the film, played by Mckenna Grace, left alone to battle this evil because they don't know how to deal with it. Whereas the Warrens are just like, yeah, fuck it, we know what we're doing. But these kids don't, and it's that desperation and that confined space of these teenagers forced to deal with this incredible supernatural threat. So of course the Warrens have a room which no one can go in, full of haunted shit. Like, why would you do this? Why would you have in your own house with your daughter a room full of haunted shit that can be corrupted? All you got to do is open that Annabelle cabinet. That's all you got to do, and it fucks the whole house. And that's what happens in this film. One of the babysitters opens the Annabelle cabinet and that's it. From that point on, they are fucked. Now, what I find funny about this is the fact that if the Annabelle cabinet is open, you're screwed. So what I would do if I lived there, I'd basically go up to the cabinet, I'd open it, take Annabelle out, and I'd go, come on ghost, and I'd go, fuck you, come on, fuck you, come on, fuck you. I'd put Annabelle, I'd go, with Annabelle, because that's what happens. If you take her out, you're fucked, but if you put it back in, you're okay. So just do that. Just fuck with them. There are some good scares in the movie. There's this ghost who goes around in a wedding dress. There's a really scary moment where the Warren's daughter is on her own in the room, and the lady in the wedding dress is walking around and then kind of comes at her like something out of a Dario Argento movie. That was very, very creepy. That was very, very well done. A lot of the scares are just kind of fun horror scares, which we sometimes need. And I was impressed that it wasn't just a jump scare movie. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of jump scares when they're not earned, but I feel like the jump scares were kind of earned in this. And it wasn't just a jump scare movie. There were certain subtle moments of ghosts just in the background. Ghosts, you know, walking around, picking their moments. Another thing about this universe is, why do ghosts just do things for a laugh? It's like, oh, I need to steal the soul. Well, stop scaring them. Just take the soul, because you're pissing about by scaring them and then running away from you. Just take the soul. Why do you keep scaring them? Why are you trying to get them to run away from you? It's a laugh, isn't it? Just ghosts like deliberately scaring people when it makes their job harder of taking the soul. There's also a moment where this ghost has coins for eyes, and there's a wonderful moment where one of the babysitters' coins keep getting thrown at her. And the lights have all gone out, she's only got a torch, and these coins keep getting thrown, and this character with coins as eyes is just tormenting her. That's a very, very scary scene, I must say. And no one could deny that this Annabelle doll is actually scary as shit. Which, why would anyone make this doll? Because look how scary it looks. It makes you shit you up just looking at it. Because obviously the real Annabelle, there's no threat whatsoever, so they had to make her look scary. But Annabelle in this is scary. She's just she's controlling everything, of course, and she just turns up in scary places, under the covers, underneath the sofa, and this and that. She's a sadistic little bitch. Like, you never know. She makes it hard for herself again. You know, why don't you just take the soul, Annabelle? Stop tormenting. But maybe these ghosts enjoy tormenting people. It makes their... It's kind of like the villains who talk too long in action movies. They screw themselves over by wanting to sort of bask in their own ego. Annabelle, lose your ego and you might get a soul up. Every character in this is really, really likeable. I love Mckenna Grace in the film. It kind of gave me... I've been watching Stranger Things recently, guys, so it's in my head. but she kind of gave me an 11 from Stranger Things vibe, because she's Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter, so she has the sixth sense to her. You know, she doesn't have powers, but it's kind of that, kind of a young girl who has to deal with these supernatural forces. Kind of made me think of that. And the actress, in a way, for me, just kind of reminded me of her and looks a little bit. Maybe it's just because I've got Stranger Things on the brain. There's lots of empathy for the character, because she's basically grown up having this sixth sense that she didn't ask for, and you can tell that she's a brave young kid, but she doesn't want to have it, and she doesn't like it, but she will be brave. And you know, every character in this film is very brave and does what they can to save the others, so everyone is really likeable in this. Even the babysitter who sets everything off, once she realises she set everything off, as she says in the trailer, what did you touch? Everything. Like, just went in like boom boom boom, just touched everything, just touched it all, touch. She was likeable once she realised she fucked up, and she was likeable in certain scenes because she gets locked in the room, and you can't not feel sorry for anyone locked in that room. A very claustrophobic and scary sequence that is, and yeah, she's very brave to make it through that. And every character in this is brave and, you know, sacrifices themselves for the others. And I feel like the main babysitter, Mary Ellen, played by Madison Iseman, is very squeaky clean. She's a very wholesome character, but she's likeable as anything. There's a character called Bob who wants to date Mary Ellen in the film, and he's played by a guy called Michael Cimino. Michael Cimino, one of the greatest directors of, you know, the 70s. How is your name? That isn't how we pronounce it, is it? Please let me know. Get in touch, Michael. Tell me if you pronounce it Cimino. If so, you've got one of the coolest names ever. He's a fun little character, and he's very wholesome, but he's very likeable. You know, the characters are so squeaky clean in this, but they're really likeable. I don't know what it is, just that you can't not like them. They're just too wholesome to not like. And I feel like this character kind of has a Burt Ward look from the Batman 60s show. And I'd like to see this character considered to play Robin, because think about it, he's got the floppy hair, he's got the Burt Ward look. Be a nice little tribute to the 60s Batman, and I think this kid should be considered for Robin. I thought it was a decent little performance, and he looks like Robin, guys. He made me think of Burt Ward.
Holy, here we go again, Batman.
Sometimes you just need a good, fun, fast-paced haunted house movie, and that's what you get in Annabelle Comes Home. There are some scares to it, but ultimately it's just a fun horror film. I can't see anyone being terrified of this movie, but it's, you know, it is well made, it is well crafted. It is creepy, there are some disturbing, memorable scenes in it. It's not just a throwaway horror movie. And I do think Annabelle is a scary character in this, and I do think that the spirits that she conjures are pretty scary and pretty menacing, even though they don't do themselves any favours, because just take the souls. Just stop tormenting them. Just take the souls. It'd be quite easy. Just do it. Take the soul. But they do eventually try, and the stakes do rise. And it is a film that kind of builds to a really good crescendo, and I really like the film, I must say. It's much better than the other Annabelle films. I think it's because it just embraced the fast pace, the confined atmosphere, one house, wholesome characters, and it has at the centre of it a very likeable young girl who you want to see succeed, and a decent performance from her, and a real kind of interesting way going forward that we can see more of this little girl fighting these demons with her parents, because she was really good in this. She was very lots of screen presence for this youngster. So I really do recommend Annabelle Comes Home. I feel like this is where they've got it right, and I'll be interested to see where they take the Conjuring franchise in the future. This movie is proof that there is still life yet in that series. So thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think of Annabelle Comes Home in the comments down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Did you think it was scary? I thought it was just fun scary, you know. I reacted to some of the jump scares. It was just a kind of thrilling, fun, scary movie. It wasn't terrifying, but sometimes that's what you need. You just need some fun scares. You need a fun time in a horror film in the theatre. So I enjoyed it. Let me know if you found it scary, or if you found it just fun scary like me. Please consider subscribing. We can discuss our movie obsession. Please follow me on Twitter in the link in the description box. And please press notifications so you can watch every video that I release on this channel. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.